Hello, hello. Thank you for tuning in to WDRB Media, the voice of the community. You're listening to the first episode of Pause Reset Unplugged, and I'm your host, Natalie Francis-Clarke. You can catch me right here on Friday mornings at 9 a.m. We'll be talking about how life just doing it, whether it's through personal stories from me and yourself. You know, the good, the bad, and the in between. I'm curious to know, how do you pause and reset along this journey of life? What are your triggers? You know, letting you know when it's time to go relax in a corner somewhere. And are you comfortable with being okay, not being able to do it all? So our show sponsor today is none other than Natural and Ting LLC. That is actually, my company. I do public speaking as well as event consultation. You can always hit me up on www.naturalandting.com or shoot me an email at pauseresetbrunch@gmail.com. So since it's my first day, I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I'm a Black Caribbean woman from the island Montserrat. That's Montserrat. For those of you who may not have heard of it, Montserrat is a British overseas territory. English speaking. We are very close in between Antigua and Nevis. In fact, about 15 minutes away from Antigua by plane. I grew up in Boston, Mass from a very young age. I was about 5 or 6. And like I said, I grew up in Boston, Mass, and came to the South a little over 15 years now. Why? Because I just couldn't take the cold and the snow anymore. Anyone who's lived in Boston, you know. Talking about the cold, what was up with the weather during Memorial Weekend in Charlotte? I mean, it felt like late November. Don't get me wrong, it was a great go with the flow type of weekend, but I really needed the sun. Nonetheless, I got to hang out with my sister from another mister, Michelle. It was great. Just, had fun all weekend. Shout out to my husband, Mr. Clarke, for, not going crazy with the house with the two of us at the same time. What did you do for Memorial Weekend? Did you go somewhere? Were you in Miami? Did you stay home? Did you go to Atlanta or Orlando Carnival? What did you do? As far as Carnival, like I said, my sister from another mister, we usually play Mass together every Memorial Weekend, but I haven't played Mass since 2019. So, COVID and, things happen. Last year, my mom passed away. And, this year we still want to keep the tradition of, hanging out. My mother, she was a very happy individual. So we decided to do a toast and just have a fun, full of laughter type of weekend. So shout out to my family and friends who joined us with the toast. We were able to do the toast, and another sister from another mister actually did a collage of everyone who sent me pictures of the toast. So shout out to you, Lisa. But yeah, what did you do for Memorial Weekend? If you went to Carnival, please send me feedback on IG. Like I said, haven't played Mass since 2019. So I'm actually curious to see pictures, hear about, your experiences. Send me feedback. Hit me up on IG, Natural and Ting LLC. That's NATURALANDTINGL.L.C. Or shoot me an email, pauseresetbrunch@gmail.com. And, I talk about the weekend, but can you imagine just like that? The weekend is upon us. Hopefully, Charlotte, we get better weather this weekend. So let's take a pause right here, and we will be back right after. right after this break.
Yo! I'm not going no small fret. Let me extend my apologies. Only big fret with big flag going overhead like canopy. Rag in my back pocket with a white vest, sneakers and wallabies. Knife tips and tight pants. I never really rate none of these. I come from brass festival and from customs and from flour mills. Was a fed fire fret and licensing fret and them had a power pill. Everybody gone nice and groovy bunchy. All you pushing power still. If it's me alone, leave me with power on a hill. I ain't come here for no stand up. I come to party with my hand up. So all soca people, put your 2 1 in the air. Your 2 1 in the air. Your 2 1 in the air. I never come here for no stand up. I come to party with my hand up. All soca people, put your 2 1 in the air. Your 2 1 in the air. All soca lovers do this. Show me your hand. 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 Show me your whoa. All I know is pace. Feathers rough like sea. Going out all night. No go home before 3. When one fed done, we start a soca spray. So we go with way. You know, ask why we no question mark. We take wine with apostrophes. Get gal with more lyrical content than Socrates. She could have shaped like a triangle with a cosine or isosceles. Any other thing different, right? That is blasphemy. I ain't come here for no stand up. I come to party with my hand up. So all soca people, put your 2 1 in the air. Your 2 1 in the air. Your 2 1 in the air. All soca lovers do this. Show me your hand. 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 Show me your Santa Master place. Diorino, girl rolling and pelting waist. Diorino, rags up in your face. Diorino, don't matter who mash your lace. Diorino, I know about mash your place. Diorino, girl rolling and pelting waist. Diorino, rags up in your face. Diorino, don't matter who mash your lace. Diorino, yo, one way or the next side day, whether pay or free. If they don't let we would climb and tree. Pelting waist from high, so long as we can say. So it roll with way.
Well, welcome back. Right now, you are listening to Pause Reset Unplugged, and I'm your host, Natalie Francis-Clarke. So just imagine, I was initially curious about advertising for my annual Pause Reset Brunch for 2024 and the monthly podcast that I do, and I wound up with a radio show. I strongly do believe that things happen when you are still. Right. I've been home recovering from a hysterectomy surgery and was seemed to call out of the blue for free advertising just as I literally confirmed the March 9th, 2024 brunch date. Right. So the brunch is going to go into its 6th year next year. I actually started the brunch from a personal journey of my lack of self-care, which led to stress, and health issues, because, you know, stress is the worst thing for your body, right? So, you know, you'll hear more about the details of the brunch, you know, in the future. As far as my podcast, is a monthly podcast, and I interview mainly women, you know, sharing themselves as educators, authors, STEM professionals, community activists, and just so many more. But days before the call, for the free advertisement, I was invited to be a vendor at a Black Professional Network conference. All this was just occurring, you know, just out of the blue. And I strongly believe it's because I was intentionally mindful and listening, right? I'm trying to practice what they say, let go and let God. And I'm seeing the benefits of that. Anyway, my surgery required 4 to 6 weeks of recovery time. And just to let you know, the reason why I did a hysterectomy, because I just want to be transparent. I have fibroids in the endo, right? Far as that, wasn't the heavy bleeding. And yes, I will be transparent. So I hope you can deal with that. It was nausea, the vomiting, and things like that. It was just crazy. So I told myself during this time that I just wanted to still my mind, which can be so hard, right? It's something that was and still needed because, self-care can be done in so many ways depending on what's happening at the moment. There's a quote by James S.A. Corey, and it says, you take care of your tools and your tools take care of you. And I strongly believe this is how the body works, your mind, your body, your soul. So like I said, I wanted to use this time to meditate, or should I say going back to meditation. I believe prayer is speaking to God, but meditating is actually being still enough to listen. My game plan during my recovery time was to, like I said, focus on healing physically, emotionally, spiritually, just quieting my mind and doing crossword puzzles, which I absolutely love. So I said, all right, time to get my hair done, which I did. Shout out to my girl, November, or back to your roots. She always makes time. Her schedule was crazy, but I didn't have to worry with my hair. But I knew I needed it done because when my hair is a mess, I feel a weight. Anyway, I remember she gave me a wash. The wash was great. Just made me want to curl up and sleep somewhere. She styled my hair with double strand twists, which lasted for, about 4 weeks or so, right? And then I started to wonder, did I miss my locks? I had locks for about 17 years, right? And I must say, after the beginning stage, having locks was probably the easiest maintenance, hair maintenance that I had. So going back, once my doctor gave me the clearance of 4 weeks to do low impact exercise and things like that, because I put on some pounds. Hey, I hardly moved, or during that time, I hardly moved. So of course I ate. I was bored. Like I said, I did the hysterectomy. I chose to do it because my symptoms were so bad. And I want to emphasize how I ate during my recovery time, because dealing with endo, the months were so bad that sometimes I only could eat 2.5 weeks out of the month. I couldn't even hold water for days. People, just a quick tip. When you see people fluctuating with weight and things like that, just be mindful of how you approach them. I used to hate when people came to me and said, "Oh my God, you look so skinny. You could stop what you're doing now." It was not intentional. I couldn't help what was going on. Anyway, I digress. So, like I said, Dr. gave me, the goals so I can do my low impact. And so I knew I wanted to start back up and didn't want to worry about my hair again. So booked an appointment with my braiding diva, Rebecca, and I did soft faux locks. So you could have just imagined Mr. Clarke said, you chopped off your locks to go and put back on fake locks. But I just looked at him and said, whatever. Anyway, I figured this was the perfect time for me to see if I really missed my locks. Well, let's take a pause here and we'll be right back, and then I'll let you know whether or not I did. Crazy.
Can't
So thank you for tuning in to WDRB Media, the voice of the community. If you're just tuning in, I'm just taking this time just to introduce myself to you for my first show. This is Pause Reset Unplugged, and I'm your host, Natalie Francis-Clarke. You can find me right here Friday mornings at 9 a.m. So before the break, I was telling you that I had got soft faux locks, and I wanted to see if I had missed having locks, which I had for 17 years, right? Before I cut them. Now, style is nice, but the answer was no. I didn't miss my locks. It was a journey that I absolutely loved, from the itty bitty twist, the unraveling, because my hair took forever to lock. In fact, it didn't lock until I dipped into that wonderful Caribbean Sea. During that time I had every style. Shaved on one side, inverted bob, long to my butt, mid back, colored, multicolored, twist outs, you name it. It's a journey that I wouldn't have traded for the world. I learned so much about my hair and the multiple textures on this one head. What it was at that time, a journey, and I'm okay. I'm okay. I didn't miss it. However, if you are interested in locks, you can probably check out Back to Your Roots, the beginner's guide to starting locks by November Ellaby. I believe you can obtain it from Amazon. But I'm curious, what are your low maintenance hairstyles? Do you only do it when you're going on vacation? Someone shared with me their whole hair ritual for a year. And I thought, that sounds interesting. She did single braids for about 3 to 4 months with touch-ups in between. And then she'll wear her hair out for a few months with the proper maintenance, the trims and things like that. Then she'll go and do faux locks for about another 3 to 4 months. Once again, she had the touch-ups in between, and then she wore her hair out again. So I'm just curious to know, what do you do for low maintenance hairstyles? Or do you have a ritual that you do every single year? Please send it to me. Hit me up on IG, Natural and Ting LLC, or you can send it via email, pauseresetbrunch@gmail.com. Right? So, of course, I started talking about the hair because I started exercising, but it's been about 3 weeks of exercising, and it feels good. I have a goal to lose about 10 to 12 pounds. So for me, so far, it's been Pilates and walking. But since I can now eat without issues, I'm now relearning portion rules. But geez, man, why food so sweet? I hope to update you on my health journey. And me trying to relearn these portion controls and things like that. What's your exercise routine? Do you take Pilates? I actually started Pilates back in Massachusetts. Fell in love with it. It's the only exercise that makes my 5'3" and a quarter self feel taller. Yes, give me that, okay? So, my abs are a little weak. From being in bed and, staying still mainly, it's just natural. But after about my 3rd week of surgery, I was so restless. I would walk around the house, a few minutes at a time, just to kind of get movement and things like that. But I really missed outside. So me and my fast self decided I was going to take a walk around the block. I figure walk around the corner, walk around the back, to my neighbor and come back. That should have taken about 10 minutes, right? Okay. So, I put on my sneakers, put on my brace, to wrap around me to give me support. And you should see me, I headed down the street, boy. That air felt so good. I mean, it felt good. I even said, once I got to my neighbors, out of just peeking and things like that. So, but listen, once I went up her driveway, which it's not a long driveway. It's not steep or anything. Well, just like a little, uphill, nothing. Trouble walk. Those 2 seconds wore me out. I ended up spending 2 hours to catch myself. I after I caught myself, I did go back home. Felt great mentally, but my abdomen area felt it that night. But the important thing is that I wanted to start. Did I go back out the next day? No, I did not. I continued walking around in my house. But the point is I needed to do something. So how do you get back into exercise? What's your fitness regimen after a long pause? My girl from Keeping It Tight Fitness gave me some really good tips, when we hung out last week, Wednesday. Actually, there were reminders of what I knew, but sometimes you need to be reminded. She told me that carbs, controlled portions of high protein, lots of veggies, salad, do a mile a day, and mad water, right? But then, she told me only a handful of nuts. I said, okay, cool. But then she had to be specific in telling me a closed handful of nuts. Listen, that's rough because I go in on almonds. I love my cashews, okay? This is just pure pressure. So I'm curious, what is your food kryptonite when you're trying to stay healthy? Hit me up. Let me know. Message me on IG, Natural and Ting LLC, or send me an email, pauseresetbrunch@gmail.com. So right now you are tuned into WDRB Media, the voice of the community. And after this break, I will share my food kryptonite and let you know what is my weakness.
Join the line, grab your bottle and spoon. It's a party in the engine room. In the engine room, we go jam it steady. In the engine room, we go get on wassy. In the meantime, why don't you join the line, grab your bottle and spoon, and come let we party in the engine room. Ooh, yeah. Well, how else we will survive if we don't create the vibes? This is a big part of the life, so soca must live and never die. In this party atmosphere, so sweet that I can't describe. So all the artists, you must be here, cause without an engine, can't start, so we cannot dive. No oxygen tank, we can't dipsy dive. So we got to come together and try to find a way. No more fight down till we got a unify. Let them keep the money, we not taking back. They go come run me down when you see them. Hit this song when you're ready. Ready when the iron and the man ready, come go down. In the engine room. It's a vibe in the session when we jam into the steel pan. In the engine room. Come on, join the line, grab your bottle and spoon. It's a party in the engine room. In the engine room, we go jam it steady. In the engine room, we go get on wassy. In the meantime, why don't you join the line, grab your bottle and spoon, and come let we party in the engine room. Hey, I'm telling you now, if we could just put aside we pride and let Jaja be we guide, then love will be the prize and no one will feel that type of way. You could get radiator and battery, new transmission from the factory. You can do whatever you want, but without an engine, can't start, so we cannot drive. No oxygen tank, we got dipsy dive. So we got to come together and try to find a way. No more fight down till we got a unify. Let them keep the money, we not taking back. They go come run me down when you see them. Hit this song when you're ready. Rhythm and the iron and the man with the Congo jam. In the engine, it's a vibe in the center when they jam into the steel pan. In the engine, come and join the line, grab your bottle and spoon. It's a party in the engine room.
Welcome back to WDRB Media, the voice of the community, and those streaming live through free tune-in radio app, Streamer, Apple Music, Radio Seed, and more. You're listening to Pause Reset Unplugged, and I'm your host, Natalie Francis-Clarke. So, I told you that I share my food kryptonite when we get back from that break. It is flour. I mean, hot bread, dal puri, fried bake, roast bake, coconut bake, potato pudding, coconut tart, sweet bread, black cake, anything with flour. Pray for me, people. Please pray for me. But I'm trying. I am trying. So I really enjoyed sharing a bit of myself with you today. I hope you enjoyed it too. Don't forget to share your food kryptonite, your self-care techniques, your exercise regimen, or topics you'd like me to discuss. Hit me up on IG, Natural Entertainment LLC, or email me at pauseresetbrunch@gmail.com. Thank you for tuning in to Pause Reset Unplugged on WDRB Media, the voice of the community. You can stream live through free tune-in radio app, Streamer, Apple Music, Radio Seed, and more. This is Natalie Francis-Clarke, your host, signing out. Be sure to catch me next Friday in the morning at 9 a.m. Okay? Be safe at whatever you do this weekend, and Godspeed.
As we move, yeah. I beg you, watch over us.